I am so pleased to announce that my dinner book is finally out. It's been a long time coming. I wanted to today go to the section on sauces. The very first recipe in this chapter is a recipe for white sauce. You know, you say white sauce, wow. It is as simple to make as it sounds, white sauce. It is actually the base for cream of chicken soup, cream of mushroom soups. You can make your own by learning how to do a white sauce. A white sauce is also very versatile in other ways, and we'll talk about that. And the French name for it is bechamel. That sounds very exotic, but we're just making, we'll just call it white sauce and go from there. Come on around and let's, I'll show you how it starts. Normally, and I will just put these here for a second. Normally, if I were making a white sauce, I would do it in a saucepan like this. But because I want you to see it melting and bubbling, and I'm going to open it up and do it in a saute pan so that the video will just show it, represent it better. A white sauce is made with butter or an oil, butter, flour, just regular flour, and milk. So we're going to make 1 cup of white sauce, which is the equivalent of a can of cream soup. So it starts with 2 tablespoons of butter. All right. This is just going to take a minute. You're going to be wowed by how quick and easy this is. We'll cut it into smaller pieces so it'll melt a little bit faster. Okay. All right. Perfect. Okay. So you're going to melt your butter. Now, the nice thing about making your own white sauce is you can do a whole bunch of varieties. If you would rather use olive oil instead of the butter, then use 2 tablespoons of olive oil. Very simple change. Or if you were going to make mac and cheese with this white sauce, and if you had some maybe leftover bacon fat, if you save your bacon fat, you could melt your bacon fat as the butter. But it's 2 tablespoons of whichever you choose. And so to that, we're going to add 2 tablespoons of flour. This is just regular all-purpose flour. I like using a whisk. A whisk is fairly important because it keeps it smooth, gets all the lumps out. Okay, see how quick that was? You could even use whole wheat flour. It doesn't make it quite as thick, but it does work, so whole wheat's great. And to that now, we're going to add 1 cup of milk. We're almost done. Look at this. Now, once again, you have a chance to customize it. If you want it richer, that's just 1%. If you wanted it richer, you could use 2% or whole milk. If you wanted it even richer, you could put part cream. So many options. You're controlling what you want to eat. So isn't that awesome? Okay, so we've got that. Once again, I'm doing some good whisking, keeping it busy that way. This white sauce, as I mentioned, could be used for mac and cheese. Once it's made, you could add just some grated cheese with your cooked noodles and perhaps throw it in a casserole dish with some croutons and take that to the oven to warm and get golden. Oh, that would be awesome. Roger, can you come in here? Look, this is ready. Was that under 2 minutes? I don't know. This is way, but you can see it's starting to bubble around the edges, and you want it to bubble for maybe, a few minutes. I said a few minutes. That's not really true. It's like, 30 seconds. Just long enough so that when you taste it, the flour taste is cooked out. And that is actually there. And usually, because I love white sauce so much, usually I will do a double recipe of this. But this is just a single. But look at that. Now, if you indeed were replacing, let me turn this off. Okay. Oh, there's one more part of this that we need to consider, and that is we do need to add salt to it. You could just add regular salt to it if you were, wanting to keep this simple. If you were doing, let's say you really were substituting a can of cream of chicken soup, then I would suggest that you use a teaspoon of, in fact, let's pretend we're doing that, shall we? I would say just use a teaspoon of base. Add it to that. Okay, so that's replacing your salt. And now all of a sudden you have chicken flavor. And look at this. I had some grilled chicken from dinner the other night. You could just cut those into bits, add some wonderful fresh grilled chicken to this sauce. Or if you were doing cream of mushroom, I have some beautifully sauteed mushrooms that you could add. So the list goes on. You could thin this down and use it as a base for a cream soup. It's just endless. So let your imagination take over. Get creative, customize this to whatever you're making, and I think you will have discovered a sauce that is a great addition to your repertoire.